digitally innovates Nigeria to prosperity and global acclaim. Well, let's look at other matters. The Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria has elected Shehu Mohammed as the president of the union. He and the newly elected executives will lead the union for another 4 years. Senior correspondent Sharon Ijason has details.
These are newly elected leaders of the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria. Their election is coming after the expiration of the tenure of the last administration of Innocent Bola Audu and Etim Okon, which was immersed in legal controversies. Shehu Mohammed, during his acceptance speech at the delegates' conference, spoke about the state of the nation. The conference in session commended President Bola Tinubu for signing the National Minimum Wage Bill 2024 into law.
The next move is to establish a committee that will address the consequential adjustments, and that is why the justice will be done based on the different grade levels we are having at both the state and the federal government. And until this is done, the implementation of the new national minimum wage will commence immediately.
We have come this morning, one, to know or to be sure that this meeting is actually held, and to also be sure that in convening this meeting, the right delegates are in attendance.
The Congress, however, asked the federal government to set up a committee to work out the consequential adjustment arising from the new National Minimum Wage Act.
Our expectation is that under normal circumstances, once it's signed, the government is supposed to set up a tripartite committee for consequential adjustment, and that has not been done. But under normal circumstances, as government has not done it, the Joint Council is going to write to the Secretary of the Government of the Federation to constitute a committee for consequential adjustments.
Because what has happened, there's nothing else that has happened outside what is happening here today. So we are trade unionists, comrades. For us, if today in TUC, if the neck of TUC tells me that they don't want me to serve as president of TUC, I go home and rest.
Delegates were drawn from various organs of the union, including units, branches, and chapters across the Federation. The delegates here have declared the purported re-election of Mr. Bola Audu as nullity. Sharon Ijason, TVC News.
For updates, the National President, Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, Shehu Mohammed, joins me on the news. Mr. Mohammed, good to have you join us. Just over the weekend, Innocent Bola Audu announced his re-election as president of the ASCSN after an emergency delegates conference. Now, another conference today in Lagos, and you have emerged. What is the modality for electing officers?
Thank you very much. As far as we are concerned, there was no any legitimate delegate conference that took place yesterday. In any organization, what is the most important thing to do is to obey the Constitution, follow the guidelines in the Constitution, whatever action you are going to take. The Constitution of the association stipulated clearly that there must be a proper delegate conference where delegates emerge from the 36 state branches and 35 chapters, and we have over 1,500 units across the country. There must be a representation from these organs, and then that is when you form a delegate. When this delegate decide, it's final. And I wonder if there is going to be a delegate conference of any nature, be it emergency or proper delegate conference, without the consent and active participation of this delegate. So any conference without this delegate is a kangaroo delegate, and I even wonder such arrangement will be aired or conceived by some media houses, because at the end of the day you realize that the airing of such claim is just misleading to the members of the general public, because we as a civil servant, we know we have the constitutional way of appointing leaders that will serve the various unions were having. It is not only in association. Virtually all unions, all trade unions, there are constitutions, there are steps, the guidelines.
I hear you.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Mohammed, I hear you. Over the last few weeks, your association has actually been immersed in a lot of controversies, legal battles here and there. Someone was reinstated. He wasn't allowed access into the facility. What is your take on, what transpired towards that tail end? Is it because of the plan for the emergence of a select group of people, or what actually is the issue at hand?
Well, as you mentioned, there was a court order ruling that directed Bola Audu to be reinstated to serve to conclude his tenure, which is by 29th of July 2024. And we are not under the military rule. The organs met and decided to appeal that judgment. And the judgment has already been appealed. Say of execution has already been filed. So until when the appeal court decide on the matter, then he has, whoever the industrial court declared can now assume office. But without that ruling is as good as in effect. It cannot come into effect, and it has already been come and gone. So he has whoever the ruling benefited has no right or whatever to assume as president or any member that the ruling affects. So we are the authentic rulers. We are the authentic leaders of the union based on the constitutional provision of the fundamental human right to appeal whatever judgment that is not you are not comfortable with. So the judgment has already been filed. So you have to wait until when it's been determined by the appeal court.
All right, Mr. Mohammed, National President, Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, Shehu Mohammed, thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 10.
Thank you so much.